guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Amanda, also known as the Instagram account Amanda K. Ambergy. I'll put the handle below. Clearly I don't know what I'm doing. This is my first ever YouTube video, and I have a lot of beauty, hair, makeup, packing, because I'm a flight attendant, travel tips, interior design tips, just life tips. I write a fashion blog, well, lifestyle blog, and I tell you basically all about my life, and my Instagram account is all about that as well. And my followers wanted to start seeing more tips and tricks of how I achieve my everyday look and like day in the life stuff and my life as a flight attendant. So I decided to create this YouTube channel. I have no idea what I'm doing, so bear with me. We're gonna learn together. If you have any tips, drop a comment down below. But welcome to my YouTube channel. If you wanna see how I achieve this everyday neutral smoky eye matte, well, it's not matte because I add gloss, nude lip with my sassy beachy waves, keep watching this video. If you like it, give it a big thumbs up, and let's get into it. So first things first, I'm going to start with my primer, and I use the Pore Primer from the Pore Professional. It's Benefit, and I am just going to just put a little bit all over my face, really just focusing on the areas that I do have visible pores. And that for me is my T-zone, around my nose, and then I actually have a few breakouts and I never really get them, so I'm just going to put that on top of that, those to kind of mask them and conceal them a little bit. Alright, gonna let that sit for a second, and then I'm going to go in with Dior, it's just the Forever foundation, but it is perfect for my job and what I do. And I kind of, if you follow me on Instagram, I talked about it a little bit the other day, but I'm going to take a clean, it's not a beauty blender, it is the Sephora sponge, and it's damp, and I just cleaned it, and it's really cute actually. It comes with, it's perfect for me for traveling, it comes with a little case. You just throw that in the dishwasher and wash it in the sink, but just take a damp one, and I am in the shade 20. I was wearing 25, but this morning I went and got some more. I haven't been self-tanning recently, and so I just needed, it was a little too dark for me, so I'm gonna try out 20. I don't know if it's gonna be the perfect match, which is why I have the 25 sitting here, because I can mix it if I need to. So I am just gonna put a little bit on the back of my hand, and I do about 3 squirts. So I'm just gonna pat it on in. And like I said, the 3 is already gone, so I'm just gonna add some more to it. The color's okay. I'm not used to being pale, but it does match my skin, so we will bronze on up later on. Just kind of patting it in. I've noticed that when I pat it in, instead of using like a kabuki brush, it tends to last longer for work, which is great. I talked about a little bit on my Instagram video a few weeks ago that I've noticed that foundations that have too much water in them are terrible for being a flight attendant. I like to use things that are more, not drying, but have more of a clay base is really good. This one does have a little bit of water in it, but it's not, it's good for me because it's a longer wear. So I do have sensitive skin, so I used to be able to wear like MAC Studio Fix or Fix Plus, not Fix Plus, Studio Fix is really good for being a flight attendant. And Tarte's really good too, but like I said, I have sensitive skin, so that was not working anymore for me. I'm just gonna go underneath the eyes a little bit. I used to wear concealer under the eyes, but it does not, it tends to separate a lot during work, and it's just not worth it for me. I don't really have terrible under eyes. I will put a little more foundation there and then set it with a Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, but I'm just gonna go a little bit more under the eyes. If you are wanting an under eye concealer, I do recommend the Tarte Shape Tape. It is awesome and it doesn't separate, but for me, it doesn't separate, but it does get cakey if you're a flight attendant. Well, at least on my skin. So I don't really need it, so I don't use it. All right, so that's kind of what I got. Let that sit for just a second. Next, I'm gonna go to my eyebrows. I'd probably go all out of order, but you know what? It's what works for me. And you guys wanted to see my makeup and hair tutorial on what I do, so this is what I do. I have been using the L'Oreal Paris Brow Stylist Shape and Fill. It's kind of like the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I don't do my brows all the time, so that's why I kind of don't get the Anastasia. It's literally, this is, I have it, I just don't wear it a lot. But I have this too, so when I'm traveling, in case like I lose it, that's why I take the cheaper one. But it works just fine. I'm just gonna brush them up, and I barely fill in my brows, if I'm really gonna be honest with you. I love the way it looks on other people when they have like the really dramatic eyebrows. I don't like the way it looks on me for some reason, and you would think I would because I've worn makeup for so long. I just don't like it, so keep brushing them up, make them look as even as possible. Do the other one. For being a girl who loves to like do hair and makeup and look put together, I will tell y'all, I try to spend the least amount of time getting ready on a daily basis. Like, I hate getting ready. I don't know why. Drop it in the comments below. Do you guys like getting ready? I don't. I just try to make it so quick. And especially like with my job, sometimes I have to wake up like at 3 in the morning and get picked up at 4 to go to the airport if we're at a hotel. I just don't want to take forever. So like if I'm getting picked up at 4, I will literally set my alarm for 3 just so I like start waking up. And I probably get out of bed at 3:20 and I'm on my way downstairs at 3:45. It's terrible. But you know what? I'm never late. I'm always on time. And I always do my hair and makeup for work and look good. So you know what? Hey, it works. All right, next one I'm gonna do is take a good old angle brush. Nothing special. I think this one's from Sephora. Yep, Sephora. And I'm gonna use the Becca Cosmetics Sunlit Bronzer, Bronze Bondi. I'm gonna do some contouring and I'm gonna take it, swirl, and tap. I'm going to, y'all, don't make fun of my face. I'm just gonna turn it to the side and light sweeping motions. One side, same thing with the next one, swirl, tap. Light sweeping. Just bronze out the top a little bit. Okay, next one I am gonna do is gonna take my damp Sephora sponge and I'm gonna take it on the other side and kind of just give it a more defined line. Same thing with the other side. I'm gonna look ridiculous, but you know what? That's okay, because at the end, it's gonna look good. All right. I'm not a fan of the shape of my nose, so I think it's huge. It's honestly not. I know it's not, but for me, I think it is. So I'm gonna go in with just a smaller definer eye pencil brush and take the Becca bronzer again and kind of just make my nose a little bit contoured. Not a whole lot. I'm just going down the sides. And then I'm going to bring it up to my brows. Buff the line a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to go down here. Just kind of outline the nose and where you think it looks big. And then go around the side. Alright, now I don't want that harsh line, so I'm just going to take my sponge and just kind of tame it down a little bit. Not all the way because you still want to see it. Alright, now I'm going to move on to blush. I picked it up at Ulta just to try it to see if I like it. It's an Ulta Beauty Baked Bronzer, and it's a wet and dry buildable formula. So I just take this. It's in the shade Radiance. Has that sparkle sheen to it. I take a big Sephora brush. This is the 91. And I'm just going to swirl and tap how I would a bronzer. And I'm going to start at the cheekbone and work my way up in circular motions. Because for work I tend to go for a more like bronzed look, because throughout the day it's gonna fade. It's just what happens. Fades in the air. So I'm just gonna swirl and tap. And y'all, I'm not just saying like I do this for work, because I do it when I'm not working as well. So swirl and tap. Alright, so now that I got that, now I'm gonna spray my face again with the Fix Plus. Let that dry a little bit. The reason I'm doing that is I've noticed that the more, like I said before, the more you spray your face, the longer it lasts. And let's be real, no one wants to redo their makeup during the day. Like, even if I'm working all day and then I'm coming home and going out to dinner with friends or hanging out with friends or even have an event to go to, I don't want to have to redo my base makeup. So I've learned it's worth it to spend more money on your foundation to have a good base. It's worth it for all these things to spend the extra money, and then it will last all day. It's great. Alright, so now for my highlight, I'm using the Becca Cosmetics in the shade Champagne Pop. So I'm just going to take a little bit on another Sephora brush, and this one is 98. Just a little bit on these sides. Going to go on the top of my cheekbone and up, just kind of feathering it up. I don't like a whole lot of highlight, like I love it on other people, but for me personally, I don't really have texture on my skin, but I don't like showing and accenting the texture, and then I also don't like looking shiny during the day. So I'm going to do a little bit there, just enough where you can see it, and then down the center of my nose, just a little bit to make it pop on the nose tip, and then as well right here. Alright, so now I know a lot of people will do their eyes and then their lips. For me, I don't know why I do lips and then eyes. Because I'm lazy. I don't know. So now I'm just going to brush away, before I do my lips, I'm just going to brush away this in circular motions. This is a Real Techniques brush. Just going to circular motions and see how I kind of made that contour just a little bit more defined. If I really wanted to do a harsh line, which sometimes I do, I will let it sit there and bake for a while and I'll really accentuate the hard line. But today I just did a little bit, which is what I normally do for work. Alright, for lips, I am going to try out, I went to MAC today and everyone's been saying that Stripdown is really good. The pencil liner mixed with a Honey Love, and since it's fall, Honey Love matte lipstick. Since it's fall, I'm gonna try it out. But like I said, it's the lip pencil by MAC and it's in the color Stripdown. Now I'm gonna take the Honey Love matte lipstick and put it over top real quick. So now that I did that, I always go over top with like a pinkier gloss, and this is from MAC Cosmetics once again in the color Snob. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. I'm gonna go in with just a typical, this is actually the brush that comes in the Naked palette. I'm just gonna take it, go in with a muted neutral, swirl it on, tap it off, and this one has a little more brown to it, so it's gonna pick up the browns out of my lip and make my eyes more blue. So I've learned that with blue eyes, it really makes them pop if you do something with a like smoke burnt orange shade. So this has a hint of the orange in it, which is what I'm going to pick up later on in the palette. So we're just going to do monkey see, monkey do. Do it to the other side. Alright. Next I'm going to go in with a definer brush and just spray it with the Fix Plus. Now I'm going to take a gold shimmer shade right here. And shimmer shows up so much better and it's so much prettier when you spray it and get it wet first. I'm just going to pat it on over the whole eyelid. I know what you're thinking. What are you doing? Wait. Alright, now that I got the shimmer on, let me zoom in so you can see it. I'm going to go in with the burnt orange shade that I have right here. A little tiny bit on this one's going to go a long way. And I'm actually going to go inside the crease to give us more of an almond shape. And it's just a little cut crease. I don't even know if that's the right word, but we're going to call it that. A little bit on this side, sweeping motions. Keeping it more so in the crease, a little bit above on the brow bone itself. Sweeping. Alright, now I'm going to go in with a buffer brush underneath, and I'm going to start with the muted neutral shade that we did all over our eyelid at first, and I'm just going to kind of smoke out the bottom lash line. Alright, now on top of that, just to kind of make it all blend together, on the outer corner of my lash line on the bottom, I'm going to go in with the burnt orange shade and kind of just pat it in just from here on out. Kind of just sweep it on in. Like I said, the product's more so outer corner in, but we're just going to blend it with whatever excess is on your brush. Alright. Sometimes I'll go in with a liner on the top and kind of buff the line. My favorite black liner is the Marc Jacobs black eyeliner. It's awesome. I'm just going to go in and kind of tight line the top to make my lashes a little bit thicker looking. And I'm only going to do it from the halfway point out. Alright, now with the buffer brush, going to take some orange on it, tap it on off, all the excess. Can you talk, Amanda? And you're just going to kind of buff it on out to make the black not so dark. Still there, but not as dramatic. Alright, now we're going to curl the lashes, going to do the mascara, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I curled my lashes with, you know, just a cheapo eyelash curler. I don't even know what I'm doing, y'all. Then I used the Hourglass Caution Mascara. I love this. I'm just going to go over and spray it again one final time with the Fix Plus. Let it all dry. Now let's move on to hair. So, take out my scrunchie. I got a blowout yesterday at the Drybar. I go every single week. Don't judge me. I'm trying to grow out my hair. I wore extensions for like 2 whole years. And, well, actually, if I'm really being honest, I wore extensions for like 4 or 5 years since I cut all of my hair off in college. So I'm kind of trying to help it grow out, and Drybar has honestly helped it so much because I go once a week and they blow dry it for me. They put all this smoothing spray on it. Every once in a while I'll do a treatment on it, and it's just really helping repair my hair. So this is just a blowout from yesterday. The curls are not how I like them because I slept on it. And I'm just going to show you what I do. It honestly takes no time at all. I'm going to go in with the Bombay hair wand. I'm not certain what size this is, so I'll put it in the comments in the description below. But I just have it on 370 degrees. I do have heat protectant from Drybar on. It's the pink blonde repair, the whole collection, the shampoo, the blonde shampoo, and then all the pink products that they used on it yesterday. So I do have that on. I sprayed a little bit more on. I can put all that in description below. But I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to start with triangle like sections. So I have here to here. I'm going to go in down, leaving about the last 1.5 inches off out. I'm kind of pulling it down. I don't know if you can see, I'm putting tension on going down, and I'm just going to hold it in and pull it out. I'm going to let it set until I go all the way around my hair. I know you've probably heard, still taking triangular sections, I know you've probably heard the best way to get beachy waves is by going everything around your face, going away from your face, and then as you go around your head, switching back and forth from directions. I used to do that. Honestly, I get the same effect these days when I just do it all away from my face, and it takes way less time. I like the way the curls hold up better because it's going in at the same angle and whatnot. So same thing, letting it sit. How you let the hair sit for the next 30 seconds to a minute after you do it and when it cools is going to determine how the hair is going to look. So don't want to touch it or anything until everything is cooled. So leaving about the last 2 inches out on these shorter pieces up top. Going away from my face, holding and pulling. Pulling it out. Alright, so I'm going to finish this side of my head, and then I'll come back in a second and show you how to do the other side. Alright, now that I have this whole side of my head, I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to move directly onto the other side, doing the same thing I did before, taking triangle sections starting from the front longer layers and moving my way backwards. Leaving the last 1.5 inches or 1 to 2 inches out depending on where I am in my head. Putting tension on the rod, pulling the hair down in the same exact direction I did from before, angle I guess, and triangle sections, and doing the same thing. I'm going to repeat these same steps and I'll come back in a second and show you what the finished look. That is the finished look with the wand. I'm just going to let it sit for a second and cool. I do have my Hot Tools straightener plugged in. It is on the 300 degree setting. What I'm going to do is, I don't have to do this all the time, but sometimes I do, and especially yesterday since we did bigger curls on my hair, the ends weren't straight. So I have that there so I can show you what I do next. So I'm just going to take my fingers and just kind of run it through my hair. Just to get that tousled look. Alright. I mean, it looks fine like this, but I'm going to show you how I personally like it the best. I'm going to take my straightener, and these pieces underneath, they tend to get a little too springy curly for me. So I'm just going to take it, and it's on like a pretty low setting. Just go over it real quick. Get it a little more straight. Same thing with this one. And I'm going to take the ends all down here, just kind of straighten them just a little bit, and I'm going to repeat the same steps over here. Alright. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Moroccan oil medium finish spray. This is seriously my all-time favorite hairspray, although I did just buy the Drybar one just to try it out because it does smell so good, but I love this one. Just going to finish it off with a light spray. Poof it on up. You know what they say, the bigger the hair, the closer you are to Jesus. And voila! That's the final look. That's how I do my hair and makeup almost every single day. Hair, definitely. Makeup, sometimes I'll do not eyeshadow, but I thought I would try it out since you guys wanted to see how I typically do it. It doesn't always happen for work this way, but I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can get all the updates and reminders of when I do post and alerts. And I hope to see you guys soon. Bye. Really want a burger and fries. Really want it to get colder here in Georgia, but you know, that ain't gonna happen anytime soon. And you know, I really wouldn't mind having a bay. So, they're gonna see this and be like, oh my god, you're so weird. Well, welcome to the weirdness.